Right now, somewhere in the world, a person is crying. Not because they're hurt, not because dust got in their eye, because they felt something. And here's the unsettling part. In the entire animal kingdom, 8.7 million species, humans are the only ones who do this. Why? Think about the last time you cried. Maybe it was a sad movie. Maybe it was watching your parents get older. Maybe it was for no reason you could even explain. You just felt too much, and your body decided tears were the answer. Every human on Earth has done this. Every culture, every language, every century of recorded history has stories about weeping. Babies do it before they can even see clearly. Soldiers do it. Kings have done it. But walk into a forest, a jungle, an ocean, go anywhere animals live, and you will never see this. Not once. So, somewhere in our evolution, something happened that gave humans this strange, leaking, uncontrollable superpower. Scientists only started to understand why in the last few decades. You've probably heard the claims. Elephants cry at funerals. Dogs cry when their owner leaves. Even camels supposedly cry in the desert. Here's the problem. Every one of those stories falls apart under a microscope. Elephants do produce tears, but researchers following grieving herds found the fluid was just flushing dust out of ducts that don't drain as efficiently as ours. No sadness required. A dog's eyes water when it's anxious, sure, but so do yours staring at a bright light. That's reflex tearing, and every mammal has it. Scientists actually split tears into categories. Basal tears, which just keep your eyeball wet. Every animal has these. Reflex tears, triggered by smoke or onions, also common across species. Then there's a third, much rarer kind, with no other confirmed case on record. Emotional tears, triggered by nothing physical at all, just a feeling. And there's a phrase you probably used without wondering where it came from: crocodile tears. Ancient sailors swore crocodiles wept while eating their prey, as if mourning what they just killed. Turns out, crocodiles really do tear up while eating, but not from guilt. Swallowing large prey physically squeezes their tear glands, forcing fluid out. It's plumbing, not remorse. Which makes the phrase almost accidentally perfect. It's not fake because crocodiles are liars. It's fake because crocodiles, like every other animal on this list, are physically incapable of crying for a reason. Humans invented that phrase to describe insincerity in each other, because deep down we already knew real tears were supposed to mean something. So, what makes an emotional tear different from the ones keeping your eyes wet right now? In the 1980s, biochemist William Frey ran a simple experiment. He collected tears, tears from chopping onions, and tears from people crying at sad movies. Then he analyzed them. The onion tears were mostly water and salt. The emotional tears were packed with extra stress hormones like cortisol, a hormone called prolactin, and natural painkillers your brain releases when you're overwhelmed. In other words, when you cry from emotion, your body isn't just leaking water. It's literally flushing stress chemicals out of your bloodstream, through your eyes. Crying isn't a malfunction, it's a release valve. Your body's built-in pressure release, for what your mind can't process fast enough on its own. Here's something else the research uncovered. Not all humans cry the same amount. Studies across dozens of countries found adult women cry, on average, 2 to 5 times more often than men. For years, people assumed that was purely cultural. But William Fry's research found a physical reason too. Women's tear glands contain significantly more prolactin, the same hormone concentrated in emotional tears, while men's tear ducts are structurally larger, which may let tears evaporate before they visibly spill. So the gap looks like nurture and biology working together. Culture deciding when it's acceptable to cry. Chemistry deciding how easily the tears show up in the first place. Here's the real question. Crying blurs your vision. It makes you look weak in front of predators. In a brutal prehistoric world, showing vulnerability should get you killed, not passed down through millions of years. Unless vulnerability was the entire point. Evolutionary biologist Orrin Hassan proposed that tears work as what's called an honest signal. Anyone can fake a sad face. Almost nobody can fake actual tears on command. That's what makes them powerful. They're nearly impossible to fake, so when someone sees them, they know it's real. That mattered for early humans because we didn't survive as individuals. We survived in groups. A crying human wasn't a weak human. It was a human sending an unmistakable signal to the tribe. I need help, and I'm not lying. There's another piece hiding in plain sight, literally in your eyes. Humans are the only primates with visible white sclera, the white part around our iris. Every other ape has dark, camouflaged eyes that hide where they're looking. Ours don't hide anything. Researchers call this the cooperative eye hypothesis. Our eyes may have evolved to be readable, so our group could track our gaze and our emotions from a distance. Tears, on eyes built to be seen. That's not a coincidence. That's a communication system millions of years in the making. Here's where it gets even stranger. Babies are born already crying, loudly, but not with tears. Their eyes stay dry for weeks. Real emotional tears don't show up until somewhere around 6 to 12 weeks old. Right around the time babies start truly bonding with their caregivers, recognizing faces, forming attachment. It's almost like the tears are waiting for a relationship to exist before they switch on. As if the body knows, there's no point sending an emotional signal until somebody is actually watching and actually cares. And the signal doesn't stop at the person crying. Watching someone else cry activates mirror neurons, the same cells that fire when you're the one in pain. Researchers found that seeing tears alone, with no sound or context, makes people rate a face as more in need of help compared to the exact same face with the tears digitally removed. Tears aren't just a signal you send. They're a signal built to be received. So the next time you cry and feel embarrassed about it, remember what's actually happening. You're not broken. You're running a biological system so rare that out of 8,700,000 species, you may be the only one who has ever done it. Every tear that's ever rolled down a human cheek is proof of something animals never evolved. A nervous system so wired for connection that it needed its own emergency signal, visible from across a room, nearly impossible to fake, built to make someone move closer instead of walking away. Crying isn't weakness. It's evolution deciding that being seen was worth the risk. History is full of moments we remember because someone let themselves cry. Abraham Lincoln reportedly wept after battles he ordered. Even now, some of the most replayed moments in sports, politics, and music are the ones where someone stopped holding it together. Because audiences instinctively lean toward that, not away from it. So here's a question for you. When was the last time you cried, and did you ever figure out why? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. And if this made you see something as ordinary as tears completely differently, hit like and subscribe. Because next time, we're covering something even stranger, why humans are the only animals who blush. See you in the next one.